Morning. It is Monday, March 15th. So let's see what the topic of the morning is. And then I've got a few reads that I'm going to put into place this morning. But as I'm shuffling these, I wanted to talk a little bit about, black elk. Be having more and more things up on the YouTube now with black elk. And black elk, he passed in 1950. But he was a great visionary, and he was a realized being. He said the truth, that to know, we got the same thing as we got yesterday, status quo. To know, you have to go beyond the mind. Okay, and that is a true statement. To get to realization, one has to go beyond the mind to the stillness to that divine is. Or as he calls, as they call Wakan Tanka, the Great Spirit. Okay, the divine is. I call the divine is, whether you call it Wakan Tanka, the Great Spirit, or if you call it the divine is, same difference. Okay. Okay, so what we have today is the cycle. Again, status quo. Things go in cycles, or as Black Elk would say, everything is in circular. Planets are circular, the earth is circular, the seasons are circular, the great hoop, everything has its cycle. Status quo. Everything in the universe is going to have its cycle. Okay. Emerging. Okay. So this is about emerging knowledge about the universe and the cycles that it has. The cycles of, like I said, everything is a cycle. Energy is a cycle. We come in as an energetic signal. When we transition out of this form, energy cannot be disbanded. It can only go through a transmutation, a transition, okay? But energy will always remain that primary. And again, you're not going to lose the energy. It's going to cycle and transition, but it can't be destroyed. Energy is energy, and it cannot be destroyed. Okay, so what we have here is gratitude, emerging gratitude. Okay, and this is one thing I teach taught my students, is that gratitude. If you are in depression, if you are in a negative, then the thing that I give to do is to get yourself a little book, and you have to write in it 3 things you are grateful for every day. Your gratitude journal. And that begins to open things. Without gratitude, the things of the universe are not going to open to you. Okay? So if you want to know the cycles, if you want to know what's beyond, first thing you have to have is gratitude. Okay? Gratitude. Now, one of the things I'm just getting, I want to read is Black Elk's talking about the peace pipe, and Buffalo Calf's woman bringing the peace pipe to mankind. Now the peace pipe was made of things of the earth. The red part of the pipe was from Mother Earth, okay? The stem of it is wood, so it comes from the flowering things of the planet. It would have a buffalo on it, so those are all the four-leggeds. And then it would have 12 feathers, eagle feathers, so all the winged things. So when you do the peace pipe, you are connecting the cycle, the circle, okay, with everything in existence in this planet, okay? And he always said, and this is the same thing I tell my students, that, sacredness. I tell my students, first thing, honesty, integrity, transparency, and sacredness. If you live with those things, honesty, be honest in all your actions, transparency, don't do something that needs to be hidden, be transparent, okay? Be vulnerable, be transparent, okay? Honesty, integrity, keep your integrity. Again, that goes along with honesty. Be a person of integrity and sacredness. If you see all of life as sacred, every breath as sacred, you see the interconnectedness of it. We are a macrocosm of the microcosm, okay? We have in the physical form, it is made up of the minerals. We have to continue, like you plant your flowers, your trees, whatever, and then you feed them, you want to nourish them. Same thing with the body. If you want to grow good vegetables, you have to make sure that the land is rich. It's got all the minerals, it's got all the things to grow it healthy. Same thing with the body, okay? We're a macrocosm of the microcosm. We breathe, we have the air, we have the winds, okay? Whatever you speak is a vibration that you are putting out in the universe, okay? So if you want to continue to emerge, okay, and understand the cycles, understand the things of the universe, then first thing you have to have is gratitude. The universe and the divine is, and the all of our the higher beings, etc. They're not going to honor when you are not honoring again the life force, when you're not taking care of the things of this planet. If you are going to use destruction and tear up Mother Earth, and then you want to gain wisdom, how much wisdom do you think you're really going to get? Okay? So, on your journey to discover who and what you are, or to discover the divine is, my thing from an early age was wanting to know God. What is God? Okay, what is God? I want to know God. Okay, so that was my prayer. That was my desire, uppermost desire. Was not for family, was not for relationship, was not for those type of things. My thing was to know, I want to know God. What is God? Is there God? And if so, what is God? Okay? Because you always hear, in the Bible, God is some old guy up there on a throne judging people in the heavens. And I'm going, what? So my thing was to know the truth. I want to know truth. I want to know what God is and what God isn't. What truth is and what truth isn't. Okay? And so that was always my prayer from a young age. To know truth, to know God, to know what's behind what we see in the physical world. Okay? And so that took me on the journey through Kundalini, that awakening, to the point where one goes beyond mind, and it's everything in the physical universe. Basically, there's an implosion. Okay? You don't exist, the world doesn't exist. The only thing that exists at that point is the divine is. Point blank, in your face, it cannot be denied what it is. Okay? It's the only thing of reality at that point when one gets to that mystical point of this deconstruction of all the illusory things that one has gathered and believed and held in place as reality. Okay? But all of this comes back to, it starts at gratitude. If you want to open the doors, if you have no gratitude for anything, if you think you are owed it and you don't have gratitude, then those doors are going to be closed. Okay? If you want to find out the mysteries, if you want to be like, in the tribe, you used to have the one that would go off like the hermit. Okay? And then today I'm doing a reading also on the Heyoka. The Heyoka is the clown, the one that comes through diversity, the one that does everything backwards. Like I said, it's like the left-handed blessings. Okay? It's learning through the left-handed blessings, where everything is reversed. What you think you know, you don't know. Okay? So it's yeah, the Heyoka kind of is twisting things to get you to see in a different light. Okay, so I'm going to do reading on Heyoka this morning, and yeah. So anyway, if you are interested in Native American things, and like I said, Black Elk was a great visionary. From what I have seen and read so far of his, he is an enlightened being, 100%. I cannot argue with a thing that he says. It is right straight down the line truth. It is right straight down the line wisdom. Okay? He was charged with, and this is something he held dear his whole life and just really plagued him, that he was to bring a flowering to the tree of his people. Okay? And he did not feel like he had accomplished that. But we see now that, how many years later, the internet, I saw the other day that all the stuff from Black Elk is starting to appear on the internet now. So it is indeed flowering. Okay, the seeds he planted, it takes time. Like I've said before, you plant seeds and it takes time for them to grow and to flower. Okay? And I am sure that he is on the other side continuing to work to bring these lights, enlightenment, and wisdom to mankind. Okay. So, I have to recommend Black Elk, the writings of Black Elk. absolutely an enlightened being. Okay? So, anyway, I'm going to leave this here. So, if you want to know the status quo, you want to know the cycles, you want to see this emerging things that are taking place, understanding cycles, understanding, looking at the way that we are a macrocosm, the microcosm and macrocosm, how these things are all interconnected. And if you open up and you have understanding of the peace pipe, or becoming, like I said the other day, the hollow bone, okay, and having these things flow through, okay, that are not restricted by the egoic mind play. You have to get the ego mind out of the way. The mind is what confuses. The mind is what throws a wrench in the works. Okay? So you have to come to it from not an intellectual understanding. People think they can, learn their way there, like a school. You're going to learn, you're going to get it intellectually. No, you have to get it from the heart. You have to feel it. You have to know it 100% within your being. Not just I've read this and can, spout it like a parrot. And I see that all the time. People read and they want to understand what is realization, or what is, the divine is, and being within that one. Okay? And they rattle off all these things, that they've read about intellectually, but they have no true understanding of it, no living reality of it. Okay? Just because one can spout off a bunch of stuff doesn't mean that you know it. Doesn't mean that you have understanding. Doesn't mean that it is your reality. Okay? So anyway, a great thing on the path is honesty, integrity, transparency, and sacredness. Mother Earth is sacred. It's like the first time, an experience they had so many years ago, when I went to walk in the forest, I couldn't do it with hard-soled shoes. It was like feeling like it was profane. I had the greatest feeling of I needed to be in moccasins. I needed to feel the earth. I had to, it was such an overwhelming experience. Okay? That you had to walk through the forest with sacredness, that it was a sacred place. Okay? So sometimes you have those types of aha moments, and they are recognition of something that's in your deep past. Okay, it's you are connecting with something from lifetimes before. Okay, which is absolutely in your face, undeniable. Like I said, that experience was really one early in the journey of awakening, that was, just the sacredness, especially like redwoods and stuff, and the sacredness of being there, and that you had to really be in connection with the earth. You had to be in connection with it. Because the heart, soul, shoes was feeling like there's not that connection there, that you are somewhat separated from. Okay, so I'm sure that anyone on their spiritual journey is going to have these intense aha moments, and they will be, what's the word for it? It's a remembrance, okay? Deja vu. It's like deja vu. I've been here before, okay? This is something that is a known thing, and it's just, it washes over you, and you're in another time, in another space, in another frame of mind. It brings some clarity to perhaps your life now. It is something perhaps you had forgotten, something in a past experience, someplace you have been, someplace in another time. Okay? And so it brings that remembrance, that deja vu, back into harmony with you now. Okay? So that's one of the ones that I had that were just so clear. And that one came, like I said, at a young age, that feeling of walking into a forest, and that feeling that you had to be wearing moccasins. It had to be, because otherwise it was feeling like, this is a sacred place. And there has to be that connection, okay, that openness, that, So, yeah. One of my guides, the other side, is Native American. Of course, Native American. What else? Native American. Okay. Been there, done that. Continuing. Continuing on. But again, we live so many lifetimes and so many experiences, so many different cultures. Maybe the thing that you're born into this lifetime does not move you as much as something that you have been in a prior lifetime. Okay? Perhaps those things in that prior lifetime hold more sacredness, hold more meaning for you in your life, and you gravitate to it. Okay? So maybe you really gravitate to Buddhism, okay? And that those cultural things are what move you, okay? And I think some of the things, like people that are in the mindset of those that have come in and they're in the wrong physical form, okay? They're born with the aspects of a male, but they feel they are female, okay? They have not let go of their past life. It's, this is still their energy. Their energy is still female. And they're born in a male body. And they're going, what is this? This is not who I am, They have not changed out of that energy. And that energy, they are female. Or you have the other thing. You have a male energy that's born in a physical female form in this lifetime, and they go, I'm male. They are still in a past, the past existence. To them, they are still male. And there is nothing, I don't give a rat's ass what the body looks like. That is not my consciousness. I am male. And that's it. Okay? And so again, that has to be honored. It is, that is where their energy is. That is their energetic signal. They have not let go of that yet. That is primary to that being. Okay? Can you imagine the difficulty? Just imagine yourself, if you're a female, imagine yourself waking up in a male body. If you are a male, imagine waking up in a female body. So have a little understanding for those that are going through this transition, that their consciousness, their energetic signal is not matching the form that they are in, okay? Because what's going to drive them is that whatever their energetic signal is, that is going to drive them more than the physicality of that form. The spirit is primary. Spiritually, they are either male or female. I don't care what the body says. Their mindset, their consciousness, the way they relate to things. Okay? Depends on the spirit of that person. So have a little understanding for those people that are going through that type of a transition. Okay. Now, I used to know someone that was a hermaphrodite. Okay, they were born with both male and female and were very confused because had been raised as one, and didn't even know they were really a hermaphrodite. Okay, until they had gotten her period, and then there's blood, and they're going, "Oh my God, what?" Then it was discovered that this person was a hermaphrodite. Were born with both, but very difficult because they were really raised as one, but the consciousness was something else. And this was way back in, 50 years ago. I mean, a long time ago that I knew this person. So they had, some of the people have a very difficult, a difficult time as it is. So, try to be understanding, of how difficult things are for people when your consciousness is not matching the physical form. Okay? So on that note, I'm going to leave this here. But again, remember, if you want to open doors, then see the world as sacred, your interactions as sacred. Okay? You have the temple of your heart is always here. Open it up to the great, sacredness of the universe. And again, if you have gratitude and you see things as sacred, these doors are going to start to open for more experience, depth of experience for you going forward. If you are, really seeking and searching the divine is, or Wakantanka, and you really want to know, and you ask for help from your other side, your guides, your angels, your ancestors, then those doors will start to be opened. Okay? But again, you have to have gratitude. You have to have gratitude. That's a big thing going forward. Gratitude. Okay? To find out the emerging status quo cycles. Okay, what are the cycles? Okay? The dance of life. Creation, destruction, but in the midst of that is the unchanging is. Doesn't matter what you're seeing, creation or destruction, really that energy is unchanging. Okay? Only the physicality of things are going to appear to change. But the divine is always paramount. It is the center of all things, and that is unchanging. Okay. So I'm going to leave this here. Much love and light. Thank you for tuning in. If you've enjoyed this, please give a thumbs up. If there's anything here that you really enjoy, feel free to share it. Okay? So love and light to you all out there. Continue to mask up, and I'll see you